Notice you did not bring me any package of paper tonight of speech transcripts. Earlier tonight, I asked Senator Sanders, will you give your transcripts of speeches? That's what you said. When the others give, then I'll give.
Right.
He said he doesn't have the bank speeches. If he can find any of the speeches that he did give for money, he will gladly give the transcripts up. So, will you agree to release these transcripts? They have become an issue.
Sure, if everybody does it, and that includes the Republicans, because we know they have made a lot of speeches. But look, what is this about? This is about whether I have the best plan to go after Wall Street, whether I have a record that already demonstrates my willingness to take on Wall Street and financial interests. And there's no question about that. I did it before the '08 crash. I have done it since in this campaign. I have been absolutely clear. And a lot of people have said I have the most comprehensive, effective, comprehensive plan to make sure that Wall Street never wrecks Main Street again. I've also said I will use the tools that President Obama achieved in the Dodd-Frank regulations, best, tightest regulations we've had in a long time. And they provide the opportunity to break up the banks if they pose systemic risks. And I've said that I would do that if that becomes the case.
All the more reason move this as an issue. You know everybody's not going to bring up their transcripts. There'll be 100 reasons why.
Why is there one standard for me and not for everybody else, Fred? I mean, you know, at some point, you know, look, I'm on record. I have a record. It certainly is far different from the Republicans because they think actually and have said that the cause of the Great Recession was too much regulation on Wall Street, which is an absolute joke. I have been upfront and strong on this issue for a long time, as strong, I would argue, as my esteemed opponent. So, you know what? If people are going to ask for things, everybody should be on a level playing field, and I'm happy if that were the case.
You do understand, though, the temptation of the unknown. I don't have to explain this to you. You understand that when people ask for something.
But with all due respect, there is no unknown. I am on record. I went to Wall Street before the Great Recession. I called them out. I said what they were doing in the mortgage market was going to cause serious problems. I called for reining in CEO pay. I called for ending the loophole that lets hedge fund managers get a lower tax rate. I have been on record for a really long time. I've now put forth a plan. It's in the public arena. I want people to hold me accountable because that's what I'll do. The other part of this, which I find, you know, somewhat concerning actually, is the argument seems to be that if you ever took money from any business of any kind, then you can't fulfill your public responsibilities. Well, that's just not the case. I mean, President Obama took an enormous amount of money, more than anybody ever had, from Wall Street in 2008 when he was successful in his election. And then he turned around and pushed through the toughest regulations that we've seen since the Great Depression. So the argument just doesn't hold up. But again, you know, if everybody's going to do the same thing, then I'll be part of it.
We will continue to wait then and see what happens on that issue. But